My poor Saab is bleeding. Right, off to the airport in the Saab. Well, I haven't done a video for quite a while. Just really busy. Just seems to be non-stop at the moment. I'm on my way to Malaga Airport. I'm going off to the UK office for a couple of days. So I just thought I'd take this opportunity to do a quick video in the car on the way, because otherwise it's an hour wasted. So making the most of the hour. I've got to mention the new Ford Drift Stick. Ford Drift Stick. You know, when Ford announced that, I think it was last week, I was a bit like, not sure what to make of that really. It looks quite out there, you know, this big piece of metal sort of there, but actually, when I thought about it, I thought, I really like it. I like the whole concept of it, and I love the whole thing about the fact that, you know, the RS, what drew me to the RS was because, and I did a video about this, was just that I felt it was a bit different. You know, I was just a bit bored. I'm always bored of modern cars. They're just fast. They're just fast cars, and that's it. An Audi RS3 is fast, and they're just fast. And the RS was a bit different. It had this unique all-wheel drive system, this drift mode, and it was just a bit different. And I liked that about it. I liked the fact that Ford were doing something a bit unique. And in fact, when they mentioned this drift stick, that's the first I thought, who the hell's going to use that? But actually then I thought, okay, you know, I'm 43. My days of handbrake turns in supermarket car parks weren't truly over. I'm not about to buy a drift stick and go and hoon it around a car park somewhere. But I do like the whole idea behind it. I like the whole sort of like, we're being a bit different, we're being a bit wild, and doing a bit of crazy stuff. Why not? Let's have some fun, you know. This is the whole thing with Ford Performance, I think, and the RS, and it's just about having a bit of fun. That's it. And okay, you can't be able to have the fun all the time, but when you can have the fun, you might as well make the most of it. And so I really like the whole drift stick thing, the concept. I love it. I really, really like it. The only problem is that they're not apparently selling it in Europe for now. I don't know if that's for now or just permanently or not, but it's really frustrating. It's only going to be available at the moment in Canada and the US. So it's about $1,000. It's not cheap. I would love to have one of these drift sticks when it comes out in December. But if I can get my hands on one, so I don't know, it's going to appeal out there to the American audience. And if I send somebody $1,000, and if they send me a drift stick in return, it'd be much appreciated when it comes out in December. Anyway, I'll put a call out for that later on and see if somebody can send me one, because I'd love to install that on the car. Now you may be wondering why I am driving the Saab today. Some people always ask me, like, what are you doing with the Saab, Justin? What are you doing with the Saab? It's like, well, actually, the Saab has become the sort of the long distance car, the motorway car. So like today, all the way from my house to Malaga Airport is all motorway. Why take the RS? This is supremely comfortable. It's just motorway driving. Why take a sports car? You just might as well just cruise along, relax, take it easy, enjoy the ride. So I take the Saab. You know, I'd rather add a couple of 100 kilometers to this car than to the Ford. The Ford is good if I'm trying to enjoy driving, but the motorways, there's nothing enjoyable. This has 180 odd horsepower. It's got plenty of poke along the motorway. and it just glides along. It's automatic. Why not? So that's why I use the Saab. It has been a little bit poorly recently though. My poor Saab is bleeding. Big problem with any second-hand cars is that something always isn't quite right. And this car, to be honest, I will do a video on this car, and I've been saying that for a while, but I will do a video on it. I do really like this car. I've become really attached to it. Now let's talk about the Alfa. Or should I call it the money pit? I do miss that Alfa sound. Maybe I'll take the Alfa today. Yeah, I'll take the Alfa. Let's take the Alfa. Maria, take the Alfa? Take the Alfa? Yeah, I think we'll take the Alfa today. Bloody Alfa living up to its reputation. Yep, it has been in the garage being repaired much more than I've actually driven it. Oh my god, I don't know how much I've spent on it already. I've done a few things myself, but certain other things, like it's in at the moment being fixed because one of the engine mounts has sort of given up and the engine was just shaking around. I still get some exhaust inside the car as well, some of the exhaust smell, which isn't very good. That's also been looked at again. I've probably driven it about 5 kilometers. How long have I had it? Over a month, I think. So it's just spent so much time being repaired. In hindsight, probably should have spent a bit more time going over the car before I bought it. I know I haven't paid a lot of money for it, but yeah, it's going to need a lot of time and money because I think it was quite abused before. I feel like I've sort of saved the car from any further abuse. But there's only so much money I'm willing to sort of throw at it, to be honest. I don't want to throw loads and loads at it. I'm hoping after this engine mount fix and the exhaust smell, then there's other things like some of the electric windows didn't work, so I could probably just sort those out myself at some point. They're not a priority. But yeah, it possibly has turned into a rather unwise investment. And I know some of you will go, oh, I told you, don't buy an Alfa. One of the things I don't do recently is sort of watch a lot of car videos. I'm a little bit bored of a lot of car videos online at the moment. I think they seem to just be created for the sake of just creating a car video. So I don't want to add to that and just put loads of crappy videos out like this one. But there's just so many. I'm sort of follow very few channels. I tend to follow the ones where they've got a car but they're sort of doing something not just for the sake of doing it. They're doing it because they're somewhere, they're doing something and they've got a car included in there, and that makes it more interesting. Sort of a vlogger style sort of video. Now I went to a place called Antequera the other day, for example. It was a beautiful town, and I thought actually I should have done like a vlog really. We went up the mountains there, we went to this place called El Torcal, which is absolutely stunning. I thought, well, I could have done a bit of a vlog, sort of combined it with the drive, the route there. The route was magnificent with the car. Although I had all the kids, girlfriend in the car, couldn't really throw the RS around the roads like I was hoping to, but yeah, you know, it's I thought I'd like to do more of that. If you'd like more of that, let me know. You know, those sorts of videos where we go somewhere and I take the camera along and go on and on about it for a while with my monotonous voice. But if that sort of thing is interesting, I mean, I think that's the sort of thing I'd like to start doing a little bit more with the channel, show you some of the areas around here, some of the areas that we go to, the area where I live and stuff like that. Excuse me, while I go through the toll. Oh, it didn't bloody work. The car doesn't start. When the car doesn't start, you need some water. There we go. You're probably wondering what the water's for. Yep, sometimes it doesn't start, but with a bit of water it starts. But I won't tell you why, I'll save that for another video. It's a bit wet in England. Not overly unexpected, to be honest. Anyway, I've got a Mercedes-Benz A180. It's a diesel, that's the only downside. It is automatic. So I know these dual clutch gearboxes are really good. I'm quite keen to drive it. I think it's the first time I've driven an A-Class. I've never driven one before. So anyway, I'll probably do a little review on this as well while I'm over. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't before, and I'll catch you very soon. Right, I'm going off in this wet weather, find my hotel.